Hi guys, it's me, just Lindsay again, and I got a really shocking announcement to make. Something that's so out there that you're never gonna believe it. But I'm an American. Yay! I love America. But what's also really important to note is that I'm a New Yorker. So even though I don't live in the Bay Apple itself, and I visit really, I do care about what happens in the Big Apple. So it just happened that today was New York City mayoral race, and one candidate that I really care about winning is Zohran Mamdani. Now, beside the only other person I can say the name of, it's important that he wins. Because like I love the Democrats because of what the Republicans are doing to the government. Because I feel that with Mamdani as a winner for the Democrats, I feel it's important that he represents the largest city in the country, as well as one of the biggest states in the country, as well as being a blue state, being a Democrat, being socialist. And I like his platforms about various issues and stuff. But not only does it look good for New York, but it looks good for America as a whole. Being that the Republican Party is ruining everything that we hold dear in the country, and not only that, but they're doing this, they're ruining the country, and that they're cutting their food stamps amount by one half, by 50% payout. So that looks really bad. As well as the cuts in Medicaid and Medicare, among other things. While the leader of the Republican Party, President Donald J. Trump, is spending God knows how much money on renovations on the White House, building a new ballroom, putting in a new Lincoln bathroom, which I doubt it very much if that's what they meant by the Lincoln Project. We have no idea how much that cost and other projects that he wants to do. We know that the ballroom will cost like $350 million, or probably more than that, because Trump doesn't want to rest on one figure. You know, a long time ago it used to be just $200 million, but now he's increasing it to over $150 million more. He wants to sue his own government for a certain amount of money. I think it's $250 million on his own. So that doesn't look too promising. Also, for the fact that he throws this lavish Halloween party at Mar-a-Lago, themed after The Great Gatsby, which I never read the book. I had it, but I never read it. But from what you hear, it's very lavish and very too much money and stuff. Very tone deaf to what's happening in America right now. But more importantly than that, Trump is saying that New Yorkers have no choice in the matter as to who they're going to pick for mayoral candidate, which I find really interesting, because not only does he want the Republicans and the Independents to win, he said to vote for Cuomo which is funny because so why is the Republican candidate. So you're saying that you hate the Republican candidate so much that you don't even want to vote for him. You don't want America. You don't want New Yorker to vote for him. I guess the beret was kind of too much of a signal that he would make it very militaristic to government and whatever. You know, that's a big sign right there. You got military style beret on your head in your campaign picture. So that makes a lot of sense to have that in your first Silva, wherever your name is, Silva, wherever. I don't care if his name is Fufi McFootface. I'm still not gonna vote for him. So anyway, Trump wants Cornwall to win. Even though he's an independent. So that will split the voting among the Republicans again. Do we vote for who Trump says will win, or do we vote for the guy that is Republican? Hopefully they'll vote for neither, but so far from what I heard, that Cuomo has something like 33% of the early votes, and it's projected to get that many votes, whereas Mamdani got like 51%. So it looks good for him, but it's still preliminary percentages, so I don't know if he can win. The polls closed at 9 o'clock tonight. So anyway, it's all the fact that Trump says you have no choice is very alarming, because Americans always have a choice as to who we vote for. You know, that's one of the foundations of democracy, that we have a choice. The people have a choice as to who we want in political power. And I think it might have something to do with the fact that Trump wants to be a dictator in the worst way possible. And it's very funny and very interesting that the movie The Dictator is available on YouTube for free. So what he does is, in the movie, he uses tanks and various soldiers and stuff to make sure that the people that vote in his country don't have a choice in the matter of who they vote for. They always vote for one guy himself. And that mirrors pretty much what happens in North Korea, Russia, China, some African nations, and Cuba, Vietnam. I'm trying to think of, so more importantly, to Saddam Hussein when he was still in power. So Trump would very much to say that you have no choice in the matter, because I have weapons I'm pointing at your head, and if you vote for the other guy, that guy will lose. You're gonna die if you don't vote for who I want you to vote for, because I like to be a dictator. The whole Big Brother is watching you, and you have no choice in the matter. He likes to be able to call the shots. Not only that, but he likes to think that that he is the kingmaker, and that whoever he predicts will win, or he thinks should win, will win. So basically, if he said that Cuomo will win without any other type rigging or anything like that, he's gonna win under Trump's rule, under Trump's he said, if he says Proofy McFootface wins, then he'll win, and then he'll probably brag to the end of the earth, I picked the winner. I am the champion. I win. And if anybody else wins, it's rigged and all that. it's a rigged election. Recount. But another thing too is that I think that it goes a little deeper than that. Because if you notice, Mandami is Muslim. I mean, it's kind of obvious at this point that he is Muslim. So Trump really doesn't want to win, because I think that he and his base are Islamophobic, in that they hate all things to do with Muslims. They fear them. They think that all stereotypical stuff to do with them, whatever else you could think of. but it's all because they don't know any better. They're ignorant to certain things, and they think that all Muslims will be the stereotypes and all of that. So the fact that Trump doesn't want this guy to win shows that he's a racist bastard who doesn't want to give anyone else a chance in government, because they might be better or worse than the person that is with him, but he doesn't want to give him a chance to be better than he is. Let's see here. There's also the part that he's darker skinned than the other two candidates too, so that goes further on with his racism. Number three at this point would be the fact that Tommy represents more liberal mentality of voting for a Muslim, voting for someone that's darker skinned than Trump is, or the other two candidates are. So he doesn't want that. He wants everybody to be as white as Wonder Bread, even though I'm sure he's not that white. And it's like he doesn't want people to vote for him because it represents new ideology, new feelings, and you don't want to tell liberals not to vote for someone because they're different than them. It doesn't work out too well. So that's why he says, you have no choice. If you vote for this guy, it'll be nothing but carnage and bad stuff, and crime will go up and all this other stuff. I don't think so. I like my MAGA tears. Let's do it just to piss off the conservatives, like they do with us. Like Trump is doing everything in his power to make liberals cry and sad and all and depressed. Let's upset the liberals. Well, why don't we upset the conservatives with this one? Why don't we just vote for whoever Trump doesn't like, and then he'll get into power. And the more power that liberals have, the better off we'll be. Because, now that the conservatives have control over the entire government, and it's shut down now for a record number of days now. Well, technically it's tied for the record number of days. I have a good feeling that this shutdown will last until next year. I have the sneaking suspicion about that. I just asked my uncle what he thinks about that. But anyway, how's that go for you? How's the owning the libs going for you guys? Well, now it's on the conservatives, because that mentality of just biting the other side kind of biting you in the ass, isn't it? Yeah, I would vote for Mamdani if I had a chance, but I don't have a chance. More likely, if I were a Republican and if I had a MAGA person, I would vote for Siwa or Cuomo, even though not in New York State, even though not in New York City, because that's the mentality they get. They have to defend the city and the country against evil Muslims. Whereas that's not the case, especially with this guy. But anyway, another thing is that Trump and the other people in the Republican country and whatever, they think they don't like the idea of illegality because they do whatever they want anyway. And besides, MAGA people, they believe that this is a Christian nation, that only Christians should have political power, especially the men too. The men gotta have political power. I don't know what this is about the MAGA women, but most of Christian males being the power base. So having a Muslim guy in power is kind of like a big no-no, big taboo for them. So that's another reason why Trump will want for him not to be elected. But I will vote against it anyway. Just to spite Trump and just to spite MAGA. Because they're doing such a bang-up job with the government at a federal level so far. And I know that my MAGA joking person would like it. That's from the thing. Yeah, we support the Christian and all that stuff. It's not working out too well. It is not working out too well whatsoever for MAGA or the country as a whole. So yeah, that's my piece on the election. I hope that Mom wins, because it would show MAGA what's what, so that Donald Trump cannot pick winners to his life, and that that it really does inspire diversity in the country. If you got mayor that's a non-white mayor, it shows that anyone can do anything in this wonderful country of freedom that I love so much. And that's what the founding fathers wanted. Freedom, not tyrannical rule about, saying that we don't have a choice in the matter. Yes, we do, Donald. Yes, we do. We have a choice not to vote for someone that supports you. Not about why he likes to shut down, because he thinks that he's won. But that's a view for a different day. So anyway, I think you've been watching a slow video about the 2025 New York City mayoral election, which I think that Zoham Mamdani should win, because it represents diversity in America and New York City as a whole. Like a little general thing. And I would support him as the president one day too. A lot better than Giuliani and Cuomo and Silva, Mr. Army Beret wearing guy. It's kind of weird actually, but I prefer candidates that don't want to ruin America or take away food stamps or health care or hospitals, Social Security. If you guys like what you see here and want to see more of my talk, no, not done yet. I'm not done yet. You can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future videos by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. And if you want, you can always follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer at PNelsonPro. Also, you can get me on my email at jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So remember that I support freedom. I don't want a dictator to tell me who to vote for or who not to vote for. Oh, if Trump says vote for this guy, I'll vote for the other person on spite. Because I know that his choices are always going to be bad for the country or the city in general going forward. It's all a matter of control. I got my own mind. I got my own man. I pick whoever I want to pick. So peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in Trump land. See ya.